Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is today it is that you are listening. I thank you. It is Wednesday, June 26, 2019. This show is being previously recorded as Joe and I are going into Pennsylvania today, still being Tuesday, but when you're listening, it will be Wednesday. So we'll say last night, Joe and I went into the city to Philadelphia to check out the Chinese Lantern Festival, which has now been extended to July 15th. I have been wanting to go to this for a number of years, and we are finally doing it. So barring any problems, I will be showing you some pictures from the Chinese Lantern Festival. It's going to be so great. I cannot wait. So here we go. It's a happy hump day, and I've got some news to get to. There is an article that came out a day or two ago about women who are going on dates, agreeing to go on dates just because they want a free meal. So this is from some survey. It says, when it comes to dating, have you heard of a foodie call? This is the practice of going on a date simply for the free meal. It turns out that up to one out of every single three... let me start over again. It turns out that up to one out of every three single women are doing it. No romantic interest, just agreeing to the date for the nice dinner with the guy picking up the tab. This was from a study from the University of California, Merced. Now, it turns out those same women also scored high in psychopathy and narcissism. I have a little bit of an issue with this study. First of all, guys don't always pick up the tab on dates anymore. In fact, it's not common. It's not even common anymore for guys to pick up the tab. I haven't dated in at least 8 or 9 years, and well before that, we were splitting checks. So, I also wanted to point out, is this that much different from a guy taking a girl out just to get some sex? Is it better to use someone for a free meal, or is it better to use someone for sex? I don't see how they're making this out to sound terrible. It's not the greatest thing. I will admit to that. It's not a flattering thing to admit to, oh yeah, I like my foodie calls. But, you know, guys do a lot of things to try to get women to do what they want them to do, but that's okay. That's okay. But the women are the bad guys. The women are the ones who look, you know, terrible for using a guy for a free meal. But, you know, a guy can use a girl for sex whenever. That's okay. I know that women get something out of sex too. But men get something out of eating out to dinner as well. I don't know. I still think that we're just pitting women against men. And again, women are getting called on for doing the same behaviors that men do. Not even as harsh as men's side of things. And they're still painting women to be some kind of psychopath or, what is the word I'm looking for? What's the word they use? Narcissist. Yeah, that's not a nice word. You know, I don't think that a woman going out on one date for a free meal makes her a narcissist. But what do I know? Just getting my 2 cents out there. That is my soapbox speech for the day. I will now get off my soapbox and go to some more fun things. I have to let you guys know that you see often a picture or a very inspiring quote that I use for my Hopefulist page often. Yeah, I'm stealing them from all of you. I just want to make sure that you know that. Totally stealing your stuff. If I like or love one of your pictures, especially if it's an inspiring quote, yeah, I'm stealing that bad boy. So I hope you're okay with that. If you're not, let me know, and I will make sure to take you off my list of people to steal from. But some of them are so good, and I love that you people are posting this stuff. So I'm going to move right on to the topic because it's about football. Love me some football. Oh, that's right. There's about football or baseball. I forgot about baseball because it stinks. No, like I said, I was trying to get into baseball this year, but they took it off the free channel and put it on a paid channel, so I'm not able to watch the games. Philly started out really strong and then quickly took a nosedive. Sounds a little bit like the Mets. Mets are famous for starting out strong and then quickly dropping off. So I wanted to hear from you, which is the better sport, football or baseball? Lynn wrote, I prefer the Hopefulist. Oh, wait, that's not an option. Okay, football then. Oh, that was very sweet, Lynn. Thank you very much. We have Kathy who says she's a big Yankee fan, but her hubby is a big Giant fan. I'm assuming she means the New York Giants and not the San Francisco Giants. So I'm thinking that she says she's a baseball fan. Hubby is a football fan. Melissa says she prefers to watch football, but she prefers to play baseball. Let's see. Joe says, I've been to maybe 20 baseball games. I've been to more like 100 football games. I happen to know Joe used to have season tickets to the Philadelphia Eagles, so he saw lots and lots of games in a couple of year period. Kim says football, baseball players are overpaid. Betsy says, I know what yours is, with a picture of a football. Betsy, you are absolutely correct. Football is my favorite. Love it. Can't wait for football. What else? Marcy says fewer brain injuries in baseball. That is absolutely true. Unless you get pelted in the head with the ball. That's not good either. And Christine says definitely football, but I wouldn't say no to going to a baseball game either. Yes, we just recently went to a Phillies game. I can't remember the last time we went to an NFL game. We go to a Temple game typically about once a year. Temple is my alma mater, and I love the college games because they're not as crowded, it's not as expensive, the parking's not as bad, and they have bands. I was in marching band. I love marching bands, and they're so good when they're in college. They really know how to be in sync and march together, and I just love it. Love, love, love it. So hopefully we'll get to do that this fall. So we kind of do that in lieu of an NFL game, but that's okay. I get a little bit of football in, and then I'll sit home and watch the game, or we'll go out to, a bar or something and watch the games out there. Now, Joe is supposed to be off this year for football games on Sunday. He typically worked every year on Sundays during football season, I think since we've been together. So we really did not get to watch many football games together. Often we have to go out to watch both our games if they're on at the same time because he's a Giants fan and I am an Eagles fan. So we'll see what happens this year. I've been lucky. I've kind of won out a lot in the last couple of years because the Giants have sucked the last couple of years and the Eagles have been good. That will flip around at some point. Hopefully not for a few more years. We'll see what happens with the Giants now that they got rid of Beckham Jr. They still have Saquon Barkley. He is one amazing running back. I still wish the Eagles could figure out a way to get him on their team. But when it came down to it, the overwhelming majority of people prefer football. We've got about 85% of the vote choosing football and about 15% choosing baseball. So it looks like the official sport of the Hopefulist is football. Doesn't matter what team you root for. I don't care. It's good. It's all good. We can root for whoever we want. We just love football. Bring it on. Bring it on. Love me some football. It's almost July, which means it's almost August, which means it's almost practices and preseason games, right? Can be here before you know it. Let's not rush through summer, though. I'm going to move on to my blog post this week. We're talking about getting through tough times. Today, I was going to focus on the loss of a job. Yeah, I'm an expert on this one. I have lost a lot of jobs in my lifetime. Mostly it is the nature of the business I'm in, but sometimes I have been fired because people didn't think I did a very good job. So I had put up a picture, again, a picture that I stole from somebody. I don't remember who, but this is what it says. It's a little bit of a long one, so hang in there with me. To the women who are aggressive, keep being assertive. To the women who are bossy, keep on leading. To the women who are difficult, keep telling the truth. To the women who are too much, keep taking up space. And to the women who are awkward, keep asking those hard questions. Yeah. I love the way they flip that around. They turn what sounds like an insult into something that normally would be used to describe a man in a good way and describing it for us ladies. So, losing a job can actually rock you to your core. It has me. It can shake your whole world upside down. And if you blame yourself or don't even know the reason, then it can be even worse. It actually seems strange to me that employers aren't honest when they let people go from their jobs. I lost a job once when I was still a teenager, and I later found out that they thought I talked too much on the job. Okay, why couldn't they just tell me that? Wouldn't that be beneficial for me to know going forward? They're already giving me the boot, so just be honest and don't be such a chicken. Jeez, stop being so cowardly, people. I know it's uncomfortable. Just, man up, woman up, get tough. Tell the truth. Be honest. I can take it. We all can take it. It's going to hurt, but it hurts just to lose your job. I lost a job one time when I was a server at a bar restaurant. I wasn't always the friendliest of servers. I know this. I used to be a bit of a grouch. I know it's hard to believe now, isn't it? I'm so happy-go-lucky. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, big-time grouch. But it still hurts when you're told that you are driving customers away, which is what they told me. They were honest. These people were honest. I actually do think it was just one regular who didn't like me. He wasn't nice to me, so I wasn't very nice to him. Now, I wasn't rude to him, but I wasn't overly friendly either. So I think he complained about me one time, and they just decided to give me the boot. And that was fine. Didn't feel good. I got over it, though. It was a server job in a bar. They're a dime a dozen. I was laid off for an office job once, and when they needed someone for that position again, they did not call me. That hurt too. I have not worked in an office much, and I think I'm too efficient for office jobs. Now I know that sounds kind of funny, but I am extremely task oriented. I had to be from being in radio all those years. If I wasn't ready when those microphones went on, I looked like a fool, I tell you. So when I had something that had to be done, I did it immediately. There was no putting it off for later or putting it in the inbox. I had something to do. I did it and I finished it, which is what I think happens a lot in the office atmosphere is that people put things off for later. So in this position, I ended up sitting around a lot because I always got everything done. And I don't think that they like me just sitting around. It wasn't like I wasn't doing my work. I just got it done pretty fast. So when it comes to radio jobs, I have usually been able to pinpoint exactly why I've lost certain jobs. Most of them were a change of ownership. It's typical for them to fire the current on-air staff and start fresh. Other times I knew I made a mistake about something maybe I said regarding my future at a certain radio station. I'm still kind of baffled as to what happened with this last go-around, and I believe with my whole heart I did not do anything to warrant losing my job, which makes it hurt even worse. And I can't even kind of think back and say, well, I know better than to make that mistake again because I don't think I made a mistake. But now that it has happened, I need to move on from it, as you need to move on from it, and get moving on the next chapter of my career and your career. You may or may not know that I started this blog about a week or so before I lost my job. So I was already writing. Then the idea for a podcast came about a week later. And I thought of it because I'm just so tired of losing my job for things that are out of my control. Like even like when the radio station changes ownership, that's out of my control. It's not because I'm doing a bad job. It's because they, did a clean sweep and got everybody out there. I lost a job once because I was working for an outside company with the radio station, and they decided to cut the contract with the company that I worked for. Therefore, I was out. Again, did nothing wrong, lost